Hi, I'm Sophie Rampe, and I've been attending Traverse City Christian since 6th grade. These past 7 years have been really awesome for me and very memorable, and I'm very grateful for the time that I've spent at this school. However, these past 7 years only really represent a portion of what has brought me to this point today, and that's kind of what I'm going to go over today. So I was born in Grand Blanc, Michigan on May 9th, 2002. And I've lived in quite a few different places since then. Just to name a couple, I've lived in Georgetown, Kentucky, and Oswego, Illinois, which is a little town just out of Chicago. And I made a lot of friends and a lot of memories in those places, and I've absolutely loved living and traveling in that kind of way. But those friends and stuff that I had to make during that time, I had to unfortunately leave them when we moved. And that was a little hard for me, just a little bit, but luckily I was young enough that it didn't impact me too hard. More than anything, I just take that and look at that as kind of the very first example of when God kind of uses everything from the very beginning of my life to bring me to where I am today. Had I maybe stayed in Chicago and grew up there, my life could be completely different from what it is now, and I'm very grateful for all of those changes and difficulties that I went through. So I moved to Traverse City when I was 5 years old, and I've been living here ever since. And I'm really grateful that God kind of allowed Traverse City to be the place where I grew up, because not only has it given me a lot of opportunity to grow up and just have a really fun and exciting childhood, but it also gave me a lot of opportunity to hone in on some of my major interests in life. By the time that I was 6 years old, I was taking horseback riding lessons, taking dance classes, and playing softball. And I would say that these three activities were probably some of the most pivotal ones that I've picked up over the years, because in some way or another they've all shaped kind of where I am today. So I would say the first two activities that I picked up would be dance and softball. And I really enjoyed this time in my life. They both, as cheesy as it sounds, they've taught me a lot of things regarding teamwork and diligence, perseverance, athleticism, you name it, they've taught me it, because without those I probably wouldn't have a lot of the character and qualities that I have today. So I'm very grateful for that time. And I really like the verse Ecclesiastes 3:1, which reads, "There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." I really like that verse because I feel like it applies to kind of that time in my life. And God always allows for there to be a time to try new things in our lives. And I'm really glad that I decided to take up those opportunities that God presented me with, because again, I've learned a lot of really awesome lessons and things from taking up those activities. So I'm very grateful for that time in my life. Next is horseback riding. I've been horseback riding since I was 5 years old, and it's one of the activities that I've kind of consistently been doing throughout my entire life. And again, I'm very grateful for that kind of time in my life. Unfortunately, when I'm going to college, I'm going to have to give that up for at least a little bit, which is a little sad, but I'm also so grateful for that time, and I've learned a lot of things, and I'll never forget a lot of the memories that I had when participating in that activity as well. So speaking of college and moving on, I am planning on attending Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee to study music business. And that might seem a little random, but I have always been a huge fan of music in general, and so has my family. I used to take piano lessons when I was younger and things like that, and so I've always kind of had that influence from when I was younger. And I've always also been a very creative and artistic child. I've always really liked art and things like that, and I feel like music is a really good way for people to express themselves, whether you're a fan of music or creating it. And I've never personally been very musically gifted. I can maybe play a few songs on the piano or something like that, but in general, I'm not very musically gifted. So when I found out that there was a way to get involved in the industry on a more business-related or behind-the-scenes perspective, I got really excited, and I'm very much looking forward to pursuing that course in the future. I would like to take the time to thank some people who have helped me get to this point in my life, starting with my immediate family. My parents and my brother have been nothing but supportive of me over the years and encouraging to me, and I'm so grateful for that. My parents have worked extremely hard over the years to give me and my brother the childhood that we've had, which has been amazing. And they've put so much time and energy and money into helping me get to where I am today. They've taken me to and from practices, they've bought any equipment that I might need, they have taken me to see some amazing places and amazing things and meet some incredible people, and I'm just so grateful for everything that they've done. And my brother has put up with a lot for me over the years, but I'm very grateful for him as well. And he's an incredible role model to me as well, and I'm very proud of him, and I can't wait to see where he goes in his future as well. Next is my extended family. All my grandparents, my aunts, uncles, cousins, all of you have made my childhood so much fun, and I know that it wouldn't have been anywhere near as exciting if it weren't for you guys, so thank you for that. And also thank you for all the time and energy you put into supporting me, and again, bringing me to where I am today. Couldn't have done it without you guys. I'd also like to thank my church and school family. All of you guys have not only made me a better person, but a better Christian, and you've all played a really big role in my faith journey, and I thank you so much for that. And I'd especially like to thank my pastor and my teachers and any coaches that I've had for seeing the potential in me and being patient with me and just giving me the time and energy to share your knowledge with me. It's greatly appreciated. And lastly, I would like to thank my classmates. I know we've seen a lot of people come and go over the years, but I'd like to thank you for just sticking by me and being one of the coolest groups of people that I've ever met in my life. You guys have made these past 7 years, again, just so memorable and so incredible, and I'm so grateful for that. So thank you for just sticking by me and being amazing as you are. Before I go, I'd like to leave you with a Bible verse that I feel like no matter where you've been, where you are, or where you're going in life, it can really apply to you at any time. And that verse is James 1:17, which reads, "Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows." Every blessing is from God, and I feel like that's so important to remember throughout life. We may go through difficulties, we may go through change, but all of it is for a reason, and that reason is that it plays a part in God's perfect plan for you. Everything plays a role in your life, and I could sit here and talk about all the events and the people that have helped me get to where I am today, but God truly is the one that allows for all of that to happen, and I'm so grateful for Him allowing me to get to know these people in my life, and I'm so incredibly grateful for everything that I've been given. Thank you.